Initiative to give veterans the opportunity to talk about their experience serving the nation. Here to tell us more about it is Navy veteran and program manager of the North Island Community Prevention Program, Ron Stark, retired Coast Guard Lieutenant Commander, Navy veteran, Director of Event and Public Relations at San Diego State University, Military Liaison Officer Holly Schaffner, and retired Navy Master Chief and President and Executive Director of National Veterans Transition Services, Maurice Wilson. You guys have very long titles, but well worth giving you all the accolades you deserve. Maurice, I'll start with you. Tell us a little bit about Vet TalkX and this initiative that the VA put forth, I believe in 2017?
Yeah, so the goal is to raise public awareness about veterans and some of the challenges that we face, as well as some of the opportunities for veterans and their families to be reintegrated back into the community. We want our public community to really know more about us so we can integrate successfully.
And Holly, that's so important here in San Diego because we have so many veterans and active duty members in the military.
Absolutely, and I just wanted to correct what we had just said earlier. I'm not a Navy veteran, I'm a Coast Guard veteran. Yeah. So.
Coast Guard veteran, because it does say Lieutenant Commander of the Coast Guard.
Yes. So Coast Guard veteran, and my current job is that I'm the Military Liaison Officer out at San Diego State University. So I see that transition from active duty to civilian life every day.
And so that's part of what these talks are really about, is to kind of help in that transition.
Yes, absolutely, and I think that the great services and the resources that we have here in San Diego County can help with that transition.
And Ron, you deal with a really interesting aspect of this as well, and that is the mental health aspect of this, because that's an important part of what needs to be provided for our veterans.
Mental Health Systems has a program called Courage to Call, which can connect veterans and their families. An important part that's kind of sometimes forgotten after the military is the family, and connect them to services and things. Not every veteran needs services, but every veteran needs connections after the military, and that's really probably one of the most important things we find.
Yeah. And this is a nationwide effort, really having these vet talks, kind of a TED Talk style platform for people, and it allows people to listen to the other stories. I mean, really important for our veterans as well. Are you hearing any feedback, Maurice, of how these are helping?
Well, absolutely. I mean, we have 24 million veterans, and when you add it down, look at our family, it bounces up to like 114 million veteran-related or personnel or people. So they're getting their stories out and they're sharing them with some of the average Americans who don't really know what we're going through, what's happening. We don't want to be a mystery. We want to be welcomed and embraced in the community. So there's two benefits there. There's the benefit of the community learning about us, but also there's an opportunity for us to tell our stories. And it's part of the healing and it's part of the reintegration back into our communities.
What specifically do you find that pertains to veterans transitioning into the workforce, but really something that they have that's more valuable when they enter the workforce that they can offer?
I would say everything. I mean, there's no limit to what we offer. I mean, we do so much for the country, without pay, without big pay or compensation because we care and it's part of the mission. But we bring so much to the table, so much enrichment. I could go on and on and on, but we don't have that much time.
I mean, Holly, you were shaking your head because I'm sure that's a lot of what you deal with.
Absolutely, yeah. The out at San Diego State, these active duty are just leaving their active duty service and coming into higher education, and what they bring into the higher education is they have their GI Bill, their post 9/11 GI Bill coming to them. So they are dedicated. They have strong work ethics. They know that they want to get through their studies in a certain amount of time because they don't want to have any debt when they leave with their bachelor's degree. So those are just a couple of the qualities that active duty and military veterans bring to the table.
It's always surprising because you hear there has to be sometimes incentives and to really help. Well, let's give veterans returning a job, and it seems like a no-brainer. Well, they have leadership skills, they have bravery, they have discipline. I mean, the benefits seem endless, and sometimes it seems as though there's this hurdle to get over. Ron, you're shaking your head. I was like, well, yeah.
Well, yeah. And one of the things is with veterans. You're going to get somebody that has skills of doing just about any job, any time of the day, anywhere, under good and bad situations. But one of the things you really get is someone who will give their heart for free and the rest of it is part of the job as far as getting benefits and pay and things like that. And you get loyalty that is, I mean, people have signed a contract saying they will give up to the ultimate sacrifice for this country, and you got that person sitting at the table with people who maybe the only dangerous thing they do each day is drive to and from work.
Well, these talks are important, and I know that the vet talks that are happening around the country are really doing some great things for veterans, for people wanting to learn more, and just, we all know that conversation and opening up that conversation can help so much. So we appreciate the three of you being here this morning to explain the Vet Talks initiative, and we're going to have a link on our website if you want to learn more about how to view some of those talks that are happening around the country. We'll be right back. The time is